at the major trending issues all through the week. What have been the issues that have been consistent in our newspapers, in the news space, is what Kelvin Wafili will be doing. And today, he's already in the studio with me. Good afternoon, Kelvin. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good afternoon, Fuad. Good to be here.
All right. So, Kelvin, what do you have from Monday to today? What's trending? What has been consistent in the news space?
Okay. Thank you for that question. From Monday till today, of course, we have the 585 million grant from the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs that has trended so much. And of course,
that's the anti-corruption,
yes,
the probe. Okay.
Yes, the probe. And of course, we know that she has been suspended, she has been probed, and of course, she was invited to the EFCC for questioning. Recently, we heard that her passport has been seized.
Now she has been granted bail. That's the update.
Yes,
she
yes,
has now been granted bail. Yeah.
Very correct. That's the latest update. As well, we move forward to the federal government probing private universities in Nigeria. Now, this came up as a result of the fact that there were degree miles from Togo and Benin Republic respectively, and there was a journalist who embarked on such journey who gave us a report on
an
this.
investigative report.
Very correct, sir. So as a result of that, the Minister of Education, who is Mr. Umar, no, not Umar, Mr. What's the Minister of Professor Tahir Mama, yes, who embarked on a journey on the night, and he said that they were going to investigate universities in Nigeria. More importantly, universities that were established in the last 15 years. We have about 100 and
mostly private universities.
Yes, mostly private universities. So they've embarked on the journey, and of course, the purpose is to find out if they have the funding, the human capacity,
and are operating to standards,
terms and conditions. Very correct, sir. And of course, we move into the worsening insecurity we are experiencing in Nigeria. Of course, one of the challenges we have as a country is insecurity, and it has worsened. Recently, the Eve killing in Plateau State, which led to the loss of about is it 100 and I think 100 and something.
As it is, over 200 persons have been killed.
10,000 displaced persons. That has worsened and linked into other northern states, from Kaduna, Katsina, Zamfara to Abuja. As a matter of fact, I think about 85 persons were abducted yesterday.
I think there's also a report that bandits have now returned to the Abuja-Kaduna road.
Absolutely.
And that about 85 persons have been abducted.
Yes.
That's a road, if you remember, the train attack that led to about 8 persons killed. I think about a year or two ago. Again, so the issue of insecurity also trending in the
It's a big problem.
Issue.
And of course, we have people living in fear, not willing to go out. It has affected the economic part too, where farmers are not able to go back to do their farm activities. And you see all these problems, they are affecting us in circles. And that is, it has put us in a
one of the issues that have been consistent in the papers.
Yes, worsening insecurities and of it. We talked about Tinubu slashing his official trip expenses. Of course, that
cutting down the cost of governance.
Yes, that raised a lot of recommendations as well. Reducing the numbers of personnel following him on international activities as
local
well
travels
as
local
too. Travels. It also affected other apparatus as well as the First Lady, the Vice President,
ministers.
The minister. So it did cut across personnel who work in the government house. And some people of Nigeria has come out to say, we commend your effort. Some said they did not see this coming. I mean, who would ever believe that the presidency will reduce the number of entourage that he has? Some said that it was a sensitive move. So, no one behold.
So one of the issues that was reported and the trending.
Yes, it trended as well. We also look at the Jᴏɪᴜ Fuhad case. Again, there has been some level of maybe a bit of calmness, but notwithstanding, this friction still persists. And as a result of that, it has stalled the progress of governance in Rivers State. As we speak, there hasn't been the 2020-24 budget has not been in place, and unanimously the lawmakers called on the attention of the governor
to represent that budget.
Yes, to represent that. So these are part of the trending stories that happened.
All right, thank you so much, Kelvin Wafili. Of course, I think it's well captured. That's basically has been the issues that have been consistently reported in the papers for now, at least from Monday till Thursday. Those issues, from the issue of insecurity to the probe of Betta Edu, who was invited by the EFCC, suspended by the president, and now has been granted bail, to the issue of, like you said, insecurity, the Fubara case, the issue of degree mill universities, and the fact that the government is looking into private universities to see whether they're actually operating to the required standard. Thank you so much, Kelvin, for helping us to aggregate what has been trending so far. Like I said, this is Open Forum on mainland 98.3 FM, and it's about you, the listeners. What we're just doing is to set the pace for the conversation, the tone for the conversation, to say that, look, you have an opportunity again, to speak to any of the major issues that you feel that is most important to you, from insecurity and every other thing. But before I open the phone lines, and I don't know whether we're actually streaming the show. Okay, we're streaming the show, so you also have an opportunity to join the show on our social media platform, Facebook and YouTube, and also drop your comments and contributions. So like I said, it's more like an open opportunity for you to call in and bear your thoughts on any of the issue you consider very, very important to you at this time. But before we open the phone lines, I'm sure a lot of you who are regular on the station know the phone lines, but I'm going to do the honor of doing that again, which is 09136000410, 09136000410. Yes, it's Open Forum, mainland 98.3 FM. You can call in to share your thoughts on any of the major issues that you consider very important to you. But before we do that, let's just quickly look at what has been reported across major newspapers in Nigeria today.
Absolutely.
As of today, of course, we have social media on fire as Atiku spokesman visits Tinubu at Aso Rock. That's the Daniel Bwala situation. A lot of things have been said since that news broke yesterday. Daniel Bwala, who is the spokesperson and aide to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, visited Aso Villa yesterday, visited the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and of course he had a little interaction with the media, and he said that, look, he now believes in this government, and it's not impossible that he may be jumping ship from the PDP back to the APC. Well, for those who do not know, he was formerly of the APC, and just before the last presidential election, he defected to the PDP. And one of the major reasons he gave at that time was that, look, he did not believe in the Muslim ticket that the APC was presenting, and that as a matter of honor and conviction, he had decided to move to the PDP. Now, questions, and that's why it's trending on social media now that Daniel Bwala has now decided, to cross over again. Okay, making moves. Let's not say decided. Seems to be making moves to, go back to the APC. And he said that, look, if supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu means me returning to the APC, so be it. So I think experts and people who should have been saying that, look, we should not be surprised if Daniel Bwala eventually declares for the APC. So that's one issue that's been reported in the papers today. And of course, another paper even has it as, I have no apologies for supporting Tinubu's administration. What's shocking is that, look, just about a week ago, the same Daniel Bwala was on TV telling in an interview saying that, look, he believes Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will run again in 2027. Just about 8 days ago. About a month ago, the same Daniel Bwala had issued a statement saying if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was given 30 years to rule, it would not make a difference. What has suddenly changed? Well, that's one of the major issues trending and has been reported in the paper. Billions Minister Oluwasegun administration, and I think on that same day there's been a lot of back and forth really for people who have been following that story. And on that same day, we had Obasanjo also, make an open declaration that he's actually ready to testify against Oluwasegun should that opportunity be presented to him. So and people are saying that, look, are we going to see the possibility of a former president for the first time coming to court to testify in a corruption case that happened under contract? And of course, Oᴘᴇ saying that look, it was supposed to be a bill operator transfer contract, and that look, he didn't know how eventually the contract was, broken down into pieces, and then monies were released to people. So a lot of back and forth on that particular, but it's also one of the major issues that have been reported in the papers today. So and then of course I didn't have any Chief Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu recently, and of course people have asked Mr. Iwuanyanwu, what did you discuss with Obasanjo? I said no, it was just a private conversation, just about issues of state, nothing so private. Well, again, when people like that meet, people are going to begin to wonder what could have been going on, or what's probably is the agenda again when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo pays a visit to Chief Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu, who is the president, or Han is an Indigbo. So one of the issues that was also reported again, EFCC, releases suspended minister Betta Edu on bail. Like I said, she has been granted bail. I think she was granted bail on Tuesday, and her passport has been seized. Investigation is still ongoing. I think the net of investigation has also been widened. More people are being grilled, especially civil servants in that ministry, because I think the assumption generally is that look, political appointees cannot get into this big kind of scandal without the involvement of civil servants. In fact, people will tell you that look, appointees don't know where the monies are until civil servants, especially for people who are domiciled in those ministries, in those parastatals. They are the ones that know where the monies are, and most times they are always culpable and also part of the scheme. It's an interesting one. Again, you also have the Minister of Interior, who has also been caught in this web of contract scam, social register scam, and all of that. So again, it's well captured and reported in the papers today. Then and I think it's important that we pay some attention to that. Naira plunges to 1,082 to $1, despite CBN is saying that we need to do something very, very fast about the depreciating value of the naira against the dollar. The IAN is looking terrible. It's about 1,285 to $1 the end of the year. So it's also well captured in the papers today. And the security donation, that's a very big one. Yesterday, the billionaire, this is probably the biggest kind of donation you can get from a private citizen to a government. And I think they're from Ikorodu. Yes, I think they're from Ikorodu. Who would forget how in Lagos, because Abiola, SDP, and all of that, there was this the Sarumi Agbalajobi squabble, conflict, and eventually NLC picked Lagos and state, and believing that, of course, that's one of the best ways to also contribute and give back to the society. But of course, the conversation is to what should that money be used for?
Very correct.
Can we see the effect of that money on insecurity in Lagos State? Of course, people have also said that look, the governor should ensure judicious use of that money. It's huge. Kelvin,
1 billion, very correct, sir.
1 billion is no small money.
And during the COVID era as well, he also donated that same sum of amount.
He's been donating. He's actually been donating.
That, yes.
And I think the last time he did a donation to the Lagos State Security Trust for, I think it was about 200 million naira. But this is a very big one. Of course.
Are we looking at a possible comeback for him into being the governor of Lagos State?
No.
Would you?
I think the last time it was more like more of a kind of rumor, really. There was a time where it was said that he wanted to come into politics. He was looking at contesting to become the governor, and eventually that did not happen. We didn't see him join any political party, and so I just think that look, maybe just feels obliged to do something for his darling state. This is Lagosian. His father was the former governor. He has the money, and I think it's just maybe his own way of giving back to the society.
Absolutely.
So, but again, one of the issues that have been well reported in the papers today, 1 billion naira donated by billionaire Femi Otedola to the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. Another issue that has been reported that I think we have to also pay attention to is retired civil servant, civil war soldiers. Soldiers that fought in the civil war protest unpaid 44 years pension in Oyo State.
44 years.
4 years unpaid pension, and these are heroes who fought during the civil war to keep the country together. That's very, very unfortunate. We've had several reports of pensioners being owed, but 44 years. My mind tells me that those that are still alive are just lucky. A lot of them,
44 years to
I'm
age.
sure, would have died, and it's really, really very unfortunate. I think also across the state we have this very unfortunate incident. Church built cemetery on school's land in Oyo. Property worth millions of naira destroyed in Ilefe Inferno. There was an inferno that destroyed a number of properties. And then across the state, politics across the state. Edo 2024. I feel betrayed by Obaseki, that's Shuaibu.
Saying that.
Saying Philip Shuaibu is still in the news, and what he's saying that he feels betrayed by his principal, now the current governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, and he used a lot of strong words. In fact, he had to go biblical. There are some Bible verses he quoted where he was saying that anytime he looks at Godwin Obaseki, he sees the devil.
Whoa.
And he sees how dark the heart of mind are, and people are saying, look, what has happened?
What would you ascribe the fallout to be?
No. I think basically Obaseki has not hidden the fact that he's not going to support his deputy to take over from him.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that Philip Shuaibu feels betrayed. I'm going to take that. Maybe if time permits, we'll read out the way he said it. It was an interview on TV, and he said it the way he wanted to say it. That look, he feels betrayed. He never wanted to become deputy governor. He stood with Godwin Obaseki to fight Adams Oshiomhole. He risked everything. He risked his life, and I think he's just a man that feels entitled. I think he feels that this is supposed to be a time for Obaseki to show him some appreciation for what he did to stabilize his government and keep him in power.
Absolutely.
But I think politicians always have a different idea as to who should succeed them. That's one thing I've seen with our politicians. When it comes to succession politics, they always have a different idea. And I think for me, from my own observation, what I've seen is that politicians really don't want to support politicians to succeed them.
Wow.
They probably want somebody who is not really a politician. And who most likely would be at their beck and call,
who they can order
around and control. But again, that's a Edo State. Philip Shuaibu saying that look, he feels betrayed by the fact that Obaseki is not supporting him. So I think that's pretty much most of the things we can. Okay, yes. Also, Supreme Court fixes Friday for judgment in Kano. Gubernatorial election petition. Yes, that's a very big one. I think people should pay attention to. All eyes on Kano State. The Supreme Court will be delivering. It's the final level for gubernatorial petitions, governorship election petitions. And Kano State is a very volatile state. Between the APC and the NNPP. It's going to be a very, very big one. The verdict is being expected. There's been a lot of controversies around tribunal judgments, appeal court judgments in Kano State. And Friday, finally, the Supreme Court will be delivering judgment on the governorship elections petitions in Kano State. Kano State is as volatile as Lagos when it comes, even maybe a bit more volatile than Lagos. So as people are paying serious attention to that. So I think that's majorly what we have in the news as captured today. Like I said, it's open forum, mainland 98.3 FM. I'm going to do this from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's an opportunity for you to speak to any of the issues we've highlighted so far, as reported in the papers, or if not reported, what you just think it's important for us to talk about on the show this afternoon. 09136000410 09136000410. Open forum, mainland 98.3 FM. You have an opportunity to call into the show and bear your thoughts on any of the issues that we have so far highlighted. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Good afternoon. It's a good work that you're doing. I've been always listening to you on Sunday and weekly newspaper review.
Okay, you need to turn down the volume of your radio set, sir.
Okay, let me just move the radio. Hello, can you hear me now?
It's still a bit noisy, but you can go on. Yeah, it's still a bit noisy, but you can go on. Yeah.
So what I want to comment is about
you need to move away from where you are. You are in a bus stop. Hello? Okay, I think we lost.
Probably close to the mosque.
Maybe to the mosque or the bus stop. All right, 09136000410. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I think. All right, 09136000410. 09136000410. Again, it's open forum, an opportunity for you to speak to any of the issues that we've highlighted as reported in the papers, or any of the issues that you think we did not highlight that you think deserves. Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, your name, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Fuad, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Samuel calling from Oᴘᴇɪ.
Okay, please, go on, Samuel.
Yes, I want to say something. In the morning, I tried to reach you. I couldn't get through. So
right.
I wanted to say something concerning the spokesperson to former Vice President Atiku.
Yes.
That contest. This is, I don't know, you shouldn't be surprised.
Really?
This is what the politician did. Voila is one of those agents that is sent to PDP to destroy PDP.
Really? How?
That is what...
How do you mean?
No, let me tell you something. All these politicians, what they do is that if they have the opposition party, they pretend some of them will just, if those agents will pretend as if they are decamping to those political parties, to the opposition. You understand? Meanwhile, on their ground, they are working for the ruling party. That is what is exactly happening. So you shouldn't be surprised. You understand? Because I know Voila was, even right from the beginning, Voila was the APC. Do you remember?
He was formerly in APC before he moved to the PDP.
Yes, he was one of their lawyers. He's one of their members. So you understand? When the election was approaching, he now came to PDP. So you can see the contradiction. And for Tribal, I don't know whether he forgot what Wike told everybody, that Obaseki is a serial betrayer. So you shouldn't be surprised. So, and he was the one engineering people to fight against Oshomole. That Oshomole was that they are finished. They want to kill the godfatherism in those states.
Okay.
So about the security, the donation from the $100, I think it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. But another thing, what?
Yes.
I've raised this issue before on this platform concerning Ogba. I don't know when last you visit Ogba. From excellent hotels.
Yeah, the bad roads in Ogba. You said it, yes.
In front of Area G, Oga Fuad. I don't know whether that place belongs to Lagos State.
It is Lagos.
And we are talking about security. If there is any emergency, I don't know how those police in Area G will react with that kind of route in front of an area command in Lagos State. In fact, I think it's a disgrace to Lagos State.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel. You have always been consistent about the road in front of Area G in Ogba, and again, a lot of people complain about the terrible state of inner roads in Lagos, and that's just one of those roads. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is John calling from Agege.
Yes, please turn down the volume of your radio set.
I walk away from it.
Okay, better. Please go on, sir.
So, like I was saying, let them, Daniel Boala, the spokesman for the article that they come from PDP to APC. The issue is, let them, one of them, to come from PDP to APC. APC is not a party that are going to offer Nigeria anything. But for the issue is, if you look about the way the country is being run, if I say Nigeria don't have president, I think that maybe because I'm calling a
But John, yes, you may say, well, you are not comfortable with the APC and all of that, but are you worried that, because whether we like it or not, it is still the ruling party. Yes. The president will rule for 4 years before another election. Yes, but if you are not even comfortable, but are you worried that the opposition is being depleted to this level?
Yes, I understand. The issue is, if you are in the country that institution works, the so-called president will never go and come on council. I want to tell you the truth. Let's put this president, the picture of this man, the former president that is late now, that Yaradua.
Yes.
And this current presidency. Let them put the picture of that man that is dead now and current presidency. Let them conduct election. That man that is dead, he will win election.
Well, I don't know where I don't know where Samuel is coming from, but I think we should just open up our minds to have a very productive conversation.
Absolutely.
You have to
be cautious with your words, what you say.
And this is radio. Let's be cautious about what we put out there. 09136000410. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your name, sir?
This is Godson from Ojo.
God sent.
Yes, Godson from Ojo.
All right, please go on, sir.
Okay. Please, my contribution on the subject matter is that I would like the journalists, to take some measures, or just like try to do some research on the insecurity in some of the local governments.
In Lagos?
In the morning in Lagos particularly.
All right.
In the morning when Sage were like, I was trying to call in, try to tell my own part of the contribution, but I wasn't having.
I think the network. I think it's just the network, yeah.
Exactly. So what is there is that there is this what we call Agberu in Ojo is I don't know if they are same in other local governments. It's terrible down here. Could you imagine that your own private car, you buy stuff like, you buy something like provision, taken to your own business, you have to pay your private car, SUV, be it car, be it, I don't know, your private car, they will stop you, you will pay for it. Are you aware of that?
Of course. We all face this harassment, in Lagos. I think. Yes, go on, please.
Hello?
Yes, go on, please.
Please, it's getting off hands. We are tired. A caller make a contribution in the morning. The man said, when you buy like a head of plantain in some market like Yanova market, you will have to pay for food that you eat in your own stomach. You will have to pay for it before you go out of that market. Please, the governor of this state should do something about it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking about the mega city and how situations where people are harassing people. You buy things, you have to pay. You bring a container in or you bring something in, people are harassing you. You are trading, people are harassing you. You are in your vehicle, people are, it's just completely disturbing, the situation we have in Lagos. And I think I agree with God said that it's one issue I can see issues in the. All right, 091, and drop your comments and contact. Good afternoon.
I am listening to security. They are trying to cause a queue. This is what I'm going to say.
All right, 3 FM. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Matthew. I'm calling from Lincoln.
Try to call back and hello, good afternoon. Okay, all right. I think we're having some network issues there. Hello, good afternoon. Smile. Face serious issues with them. They just blocked my car asking for necessary money. This is no joke. If I had any object with me like gun, only God knows what I might have done. Please don't shoot. Don't shoot anybody. Please, we are calling on the Lagos state government in a mega city. I agree. I think the government has to do something seriously about the Agberu problem in Lagos state. Hello, good afternoon. James from Egbeda, please go on.
So the governor cannot pretend as he doesn't know what is happening. What is just showcasing things that people to see. But it's just eye service for people to say that they are people in the wrong lane or whatever, single lane. All these issues that are affecting the masses day and night, they talk about it, yes, about it on radio, TV. People discuss about it day and night, they understand all this. Because they are benefit from it. They are right to try. So we cannot continue this way. And you are telling us to be patient, language, particular language, or just try to what's the campus of them. We can't continue this way. You are not free in Lagos. Things are not really working in Lagos. You know it, I know it. And again, I want to invite you and give you my for an issue. Why is that? Anytime there is strike or they get issue that affect government, so they put government using all 100 billion, 200 billion. But no journalist, no paper has ever told us how much government makes every day, through or through whatever means. Why is it like that? Because the people are part of the problem. If people don't give the citizens the right information of what is really going on, you want to carry the news that I don't know about the government or that it favors you. So it's unfortunate.
I think I have to food crops and all, but when you there's always a.
But all right, okay. I think we're having some technical issues, but again, you can actually join us on Facebook. Drop your comments. 0000410 09136 it's open forum, so you can always call in. Any of the issues we've highlighted, we've talked about the ongoing into civil servants,
yes.
and I think even the Minister of Interior is also in the conversation. Yes. Of course, we've seen groups declare, in that conversation. Of course, there's also the Datu Atiku was going to contest. He had to be like yesterday, and the tune, the song has suddenly changed. The party looks like it's not the PDP we used to know. So many issues that have been reported in the paper. Of course, you can always call in and bear your hand. 98 point whatever you find very, very important for today. Like I said, there's a lot of talk about Daniel Bwala and the papers, and the issue of Oluwagunloye is also an important thing that is being reported. Like I said, quite a number of people are not very familiar with what has happened. But the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, that's the nation's capital, has ordered that the former Minister of Power and Steel, Oluwagunloye, be remanded in Kuje prison pending the perfection of his bail conditions. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had arraigned Oluwagunloye over allegations of fraud. To a tune of $6 billion. Yes, $6 billion, and he's now been remanded. And of course, the update is that interesting part of that conversation would be when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo now comes in to test. I think deserves some look into it. Of course, if you're looking at the issue of the fight against corruption, and like you said, Betta Edo has been released, her passport has been seized, she's been granted bail, and then of course the EFCC is widening its net on the issue of the anti-graft that has that has been going on as far as the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation and Humanitarian is concerned. Now, again, the dollar crisis. Naira plunges to 1,082 to a dollar, despite CBN's $2 billion debt repayment. And what we have is that the Naira has lost 26.3% of its value against the dollar, the official investment part of its backlog obligations. Short foreign exchange obligations. The CBN acting director of corporate communications, Akama Sidi Aliyah, said these payments signify the CBN's ongoing efforts to settle or remain valid forward transactions to alleviate the current pressure on the country's exchange rate. So it's not looking very, very good if at the I&E window we are already over 1,000 naira to a dollar. At the parallel market, it's also not looking very good. So those are some of the major issues trending. Like I said, it's open forum, mainland 98.3 FM, 091360004 on our Facebook page. I think we have some comments already on the Facebook.
Hello.
Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set? Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I think we have some technical issues. We'll take a break and then we'll be right back.
the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded. It's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Lagos.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
You have the Milan Radio?
Yes. Your name, where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Pastor Peter from Aton in the district.
Pastor Peter
Yeah, Pastor Peter. Yes.
from Aton in Ogun State.
There is hunger in the land.
Okay.
There is what is called hunger in the land. And people can no longer bear it. Too. Very soon you see what's going to happen in this nation. You see people coming out in masses. To demonstrate, and I will be one of them. I will put a gun. There's hunger in the land. And people are embezzling money. They eat money like they are swallowing money like as if there's no tomorrow. On this one, there's something they can do to Agbori in Lagos State. I was a governor in Lagos State for many years. The politicians they benefited from there. So they know how to create that to allow them to operate freely. Good day, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Peter from Aton in Ogun State. They just saying there's hunger in the land. Again,
That's the reality.
I think the president too, in his New Year Day message to Nigerians, agreed to the fact that things are not looking too good for Nigerians at this time. I think again, when he came to Lagos at the Central Mosque there, Lagosians told him maybe power, and that's basically is what Pastor Peter has said, that there's hunger in the land, people are hungry, and the president has also said that look, he's going to do something about it. I think he said a lot of his reforms will start to produce positive results in 2024. So let's see, let's wait and see what happens eventually with a lot of the reforms and policies of this government. But of course, I just have to agree with Pastor Peter, who called him from Ogun State, that look, there's real hunger in the land. You can't. I don't think anybody can actually argue that with anybody. Kelvin.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it's an obvious fact. Everywhere you go, people are complaining, people are crying. Everything is being inflated, and people are losing their jobs. You have multinational corporation companies leaving the country,
and leaving the country, yes.
And that's the implication. People will not have money to buy foodstuffs. As such, they will be hungry, and it keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. And of course, the issue of these agri collecting money from people who buy stuffs. When they want to sell to people, they also include that same amount they've given out to agri. So it's more like a vicious circle. Now, just like you mentioned that in our president's speech during the New Year, he said that we should bear with him. And I want to ask, do you think that him slashing down his entourage, 60%, is part of the reforms?
It's part of the response to what people have been saying. If you say people should sacrifice, they want to also see.
So that's a practical example from the.
At least one of the examples.
I also want to believe that it was as a effect of the widespread criticisms experiencing the just concluded COP28 climate change in Dubai. Yeah, so I think people complained a lot, and of course we can't be suffering, and then we have a president who is saying, look, we have to sacrifice, but then we haven't seen you practically sacrifice.
Well, I think it's a good way to start. At least it's better than not doing anything at all. So 09136000410, 09136000410. The first edition of Open Forum Mainland 98.3 FM, an opportunity for you to call in and bear your thoughts on any issue that you think you find very important to you. Any issues at all, politics, policies, governance, Lagos State, House of Lagos, insecurity, education, health sector, if it's the Agbero problem, anything that you think is important to you, that you think we should talk about. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, I was talking about what's up last month.
Sorry, your name, where are you calling from, sir? Where are you calling from? Okay, I think we lost that call.
Remember to turn down the volume of your radio set.
When you call in, please turn down the volume of your radio set so that we can have a very brilliant conversation. Absolutely. So that we don't have this interference.
Absolutely.
09136000410, 09136000410 open forum mainland 98.3 FM. Like I said, you can also drop your comments and contributions on our Facebook platform. Of course, we'll read out your messages as you drop them. Again, an opportunity for you to call in, look at any of the issues that you find very, very important to you, that you want to talk about. And of course, I think we've done quite enough to tell you about the trending issues in the paper so far.
Yes,
I think what has captured the minds of most people at this time is the ongoing probe of Betta Edu. I think she's been the major figure in the news this week.
From last week, actually.
I think from last week,
yes,
but I think consistently it's been
gained
reported,
momentum, yes.
And then I think the fact that we may be seeing more people called into this particular probe, and then the fact that the Minister of Interior has also now been caught in the web of this particular issue. Although people are saying, of course, there are people who are saying that he should just resign, since his name and a company linked to him has now been mentioned. And that the honorable thing to do, if the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has been suspended, that it's also just normal that the Minister of Interior should also step aside. You can't have why the other person has been suspended, since they have all both been linked to this particular issue. But of course, there's a lot of talk as to whether he should step down or not. I think the sentiment around Minister Oᴘᴇɪ is the fact that, look, he's been one of the best performers of this particular government. Of course, a lot of the reforms he has done with the issuance of passports and all of those things, he's been one person that has really distinguished himself as a performer in this particular government. And so you have that sentiment, that a bit of sentiment and solidarity for him. But the fact is the fact, the reality is that, look, a particular company registered, which is still a shareholder, took part of this contract, this 3 billion naira social register contract, and there have been conversations as to the issue of conflict of interest and vested interest, and they think that, look, the honorable thing that he should do is to step aside while investigation is conducted into this matter. But again, it's a developing story. We'll continue to follow the story. We'll see how it goes, but a lot that will still definitely come from this particular issue. We have Monsurat Olasumbo Ayegusi, who is also dropped a message on Facebook, and she's saying you are doing a great job. Well done. Thank you so much. 09136000410 09136000410. Any issue at all that you think is important to you and you want to just speak to, and of course let us have a conversation. Open forum, mainland 98.3 FM. I think we'll take a short break again, and then when we come back, we'll start the conversations again.
Absolutely.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, your name, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm Francis. I'm calling from Ojo.
Sorry, the name again?
Francis.
Francis from Ojo.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Please go on, sir.
If contributions people are making,
Yes.
do you just ask people to hear the opinion?
I think this outcry, the
President and the people that are
you said. Yes.
is the government going to hear what my contribution?
Why not?
Or does it end only on your table?
I've just asked you a question that, look, when you see the government respond and begin to do some things, don't you think question from a job for what these issues? Hello, good afternoon. 0410. But we have to continue to talk. We just have to continue to talk. We can't keep quiet, Noon.
I'm calling from Ijegu, the other lady. The president asked him to set aside. Enough. For the other person, without anybody telling him, immediately there is allegation. If I were the minister, what I
do is, as government may do what they like.
But you think
if the security is asked to go and pick him, then they will pick him. But if he should have honorably resigned his appointment pending after investigation, if it is seen that he is not guilty.
Aside while good afternoon.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. You're happy to
we went to local government, great cooperative, whatever. We could not get it.
Okay.
Now, now we could. The Sri-Lankan, you know, they are sponsoring the terrorists and what have you. If you name them and shame them, please, this is discouraging investment. Then, as regards these sales banks or what have you, NDIC is there, so the should be rest assured that you know their deposit is.
Of course, deposit of people are safe. Yes,
also there will be serious deposit run. Deposit run means quick withdrawal from
panic.
The bank. So I'm a former bank manager. You get it. So so it's not nipped in the bud. People will just hold there and withdraw their money. So that's the simple something I have to control.
All right.
So good afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much, Tᴏɪᴛ. I like that contribution. He was able to touch on lake rise. I don't think the lake rise was ever this time. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, your name, sir?
My name is Uche. I'm calling from Sᴜᴜlérì.
Uche from Sᴜᴜlérì. Okay.
Okay, I want to talk on before now. I used to call on various radio stations concerning this national social register.
Okay. Yes.
Because I know that register is not real. It's not real because this period I even trying to register. No way. They keep on telling me for one place. That register. I want you guys, as journalists, to investigate that register. I don't know how come there is no set rules or place like the way we process the NIN and GVN. At least you know where you go and do it. So this one doesn't have any. You ask you where is your card, where is your membership card, where is your APC card, where is your this. They will be telling you from here to here. So journalists need to go and investigate that. Most vulnerable Nigerians are not on that list. That is even if they won't have that list. So that's my take.
All right, thank you. His question in national social. I think there have been a lot of questions on that national social register. Last year the governors had questioned it. They said they don't even believe in that social register, and that they should be allowed to come up with their own register. But it's a bit shocking to hear that 3 billion was a mark for that social register, and people are getting all manner of funny monies as contracts, as consultants to verify that same register. But a lot of times when you ask Nigerians, have you seen anybody on that social register? How did the government come about that name and all of that? You begin to wonder, really. I thought that, look, it should have been a local government thing. We work with our 774 local government and ensure that they go to the grassroots to look for vulnerable Nigerians to be on that register. But the questions on that register will continue to go on, because people have always asked, how do we come about this particular register? But I think it's a very good contribution from Uche in Sᴜᴜlérì, who saying that, look, we should just do away with that register and do something else, do something that can engender some level of accountability and probity. As it is, people doubt that social register, really. I personally believe that, look, we should even go beyond this idea of giving cash to people and look for a more sustainable way of fighting poverty. And then to Comrade Tᴏɪᴛ, he talked about the issue of lake rise. I don't believe in all these rise things, but there used to be a time, I think the Ambode time, there was lake rise every December. The Lagos state government was in partnership with the Kebbi state government on the planting of the rice, and then they come in, sell to Lagosians and subsidize. But I don't know if there was any lake rise this December. I didn't see anything.
We didn't hear much of it.
No, not much. I didn't even hear of lake rice at all. So but again, it is what it is. The Monta rice mill, I don't know what's going on in that rice mill, whether anything serious is happening in that rice mill. But it's also one project that the Lagos state government had invested in heavily. But I doubt if so much is happening in that particular rice mill. That's also from Comrade Tᴏɪᴛ in Agege.
I think he also talked about security. He touched on security.
Yes.
And that brings me to asking the question of some persons or stakeholders have said, would it be better to bring in state policing to be able to combat this?
Well, the issue of state police will continue to talk about it. Of course, I think the widespread level of insecurity in the country naturally has made everybody think that, well, that's just the way to go. But it's a long process. It's not something that can happen so fast. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Yes.
I remember.
Your name, sir. Sorry, your name. And where are you calling from?
My name is Sani Momo.
Tani Momo.
Yes, my name is Sani Momo.
From Sango. From Sango, okay.
From
please.
Sango, yes.
Yes.
My contribution this afternoon is about the lake rice of 15.
Yes.
You know, in this country, they showed us a rice pyramid in the north. Up to now, we are buying rice about almost 60,000 naira now. My bag. And the rice pyramid, we've not seen it to buy the rice. They will tell us they have this. At the end of the day, nothing is working.
Yes.
And the issue of Shaibu have been a deputy governor for a very long time. I believe you have to listen to his boss. I'm from Edo State. They should give other chance to rule. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Tony Momo. From your name, I know you are from Edo State. All right. 09136000410. 09136000410. This idea of, I think generally, from what I'm getting from Edo State, people think that Shuaibu should just leave this and allow. I think there's this conversation as to Edo Central producing the governor this time, since other areas have produced, and that Shuaibu should just leave this and allow the governor to have his way. Hello, good afternoon.
For peace to reign.
Hello, your name, sir?
The KPR Ogudele Dixon. I'm from Ijebu.
Okay, yes.
Am I allowed to make another contribution?
Please go on, sir.
Thank you. My contribution is on food security in this country. Yoruba says, "Ebi kì í wọnú, kọ̀rọ̀ mìíràn ó wọ̀." The issue of palliative is a great mistake on the part of the federal government. They shouldn't have embarked on palliative.
Okay.
Palliative cannot go round, but life-saving infrastructures will serve every dick and harry. If you are a workman, you learn work. There is power to work. You stay in your workshop and make money, feed yourself. Then, agriculture. The federal government, right from Buhari, have been making efforts, laudable ones, but the wheel in the cog is the hard farmer problem. Nobody has ever come out to solve that problem. I have been suggesting, let Mr. President tell the anchors of the herdsmen, because the children are not the people who hold the cow, the people who are driving it. Call the anchors, tell them, if your people kill again, you the anchors will be held responsible. Warn them well. Now, if Nigeria is looking for full security, the farmers cannot work. Our Naira will not continue to enslave, dollar will stop overloading our Naira when we cannot feed ourselves. And we have fertile lands. Our land is even more fertile than that of America, where we are bringing rice. Then NSO, Nigeria Clinical Controlling
Standard Organization.
They should go to the rice farmers. Tell them the stone we are seeing in Ofada rice, they should check it. Okay, this food security, only one day, 43 rice farmers were slaughtered. No arrest was made. I think you are going with me.
I'm with you, Dikin. I'm with you.
It happened. So let federal government know what they are doing.
All right, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dikin Ogundele. I think he has also brought up this issue of palliatives, sharing of things. He talks about infrastructures, things that are more sustainable. That, again, people have said that, look, even if you bring another person into that ministry and we go the same way of sharing things, that person will run into the same problem. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
This is Mr. calling from Agege.
Sorry, the name again?
Daniel calling from Agege.
Okay, Daniel, please go on.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good
The issue
afternoon.
of insecurity.
Yes.
The insecurity. In my own town that I came from, for a long time since I
Where
was
is
here, but
that?
I would not hear that.
Where are you
Sorry?
from, sir? Where? Which town is that?
Cross River.
Cross River. Okay, all right.
Yes. We have not been heard about herdsmen killing people. But I'm so surprised. I called my younger brother 3 days ago. Younger brother confirmed to me that herdsmen are already killing people in my own town. People that are farming for a living. The truth is, I know it's a radio station, but I want to let you know that what is actually happening in this country about APC government. These same herdsmen that was imported from other countries, for them to rig election, they are the ones terrorizing this country. This APC government, they know them. But they are not pretending as if they don't know what is happening. This is talking about my own town. That from years, I'm over 40 years now. They have not been hearing about herdsmen or this and this. But I called 3 days ago. They are telling me herdsmen have been disturbing people, killing people that are farming for a living. And this government is pretending as if they don't know what is happening, killing innocent people. And you want Nigeria to keep quiet. And you're telling me that because you have money, you can be able to manipulate things and get into power. What Bola Tinubu have been doing? Let it be serious. Since Bola Tinubu became a governor in Lagos State, what did he do? Let us be realistic. I've been here in Lagos for many years. Nothing. The same this government will come, they will just know how to manipulate things. All the income that, all the revenue that Lagos State have is going to one particular person. And they say this is a government. And they say this is the person that want to let people into poverty.
All right.
Ogafa was just deceiving ourselves in this country.
All right, thank you, Daniel. He came with two very big allegations. And I think those things, until we have clarity as to what is happening, the other farmer clashes have been ongoing for a long time. It's not something new. And this talk about elders imported, and all of that are still things that we'll continue to talk about, really. And to pin it on a particular political party, I think is, for me, a bit on the extreme. I understand that, look, whether we like it or, like Dikin Ogundele said, there's a serious need to really talk into this issue of elder farmer clash if you're talking about food security. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Hello?
Your name. Where are you calling from, sir? Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I think it's all right. So the conversation is there. I was actually having a conversation with somebody from Plateau State, and of course, there are, beyond even the elder farmer clashes, there are also some internal issues. As to how land have been sold to some people, then people want to reclaim it. So the issues are deeper than some of the things we think it is. And like he's saying, it's a bit shocking to know that even in the South, there are reports of elders also having clashes with farmers and all of that.
Yes.
I think it's important that the government, really look at these issues, come up with a strategy to nip this in the bud. I think in the past, people have talked about ranching as the way out. The nomadic life is not sustainable. It doesn't even fit into modern way of doing things, So, but it's a conversation that we'll continue to have. But no matter what we say, people should not continue to kill other people, no matter the differences and the misunderstanding. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, the house.
Yes, your name, sir?
And the mainland family.
Yes.
My name is Adeoye from Moba.
Oh, Mr. Adeoye. Good afternoon, sir. It's been a while, sir.
Good afternoon, yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
I'm forced to call because of some perennial what will I call, narratives that is being given by our friends who are not particularly inclined to the current political realities. You will recall, when you are living with some people, you have to be careful. Whatever that comes your way, you may be the one that is the architect of it. I once told you in this station that the whole lot of my place, 90%, we are living in Côte d'Ivoire. My daddy, my mommy was born there, so we have generations there. And I'm well over 60 years now. So, and you know what? Yoruba have one serious adage. They will tell you that *Ḥilé So, have you seen any Yoruba man dragging the kingship of Badagry? Because I'm from Ibadan. I will now come and say I want to be Oba of Lagos. No.
So what are you trying to bring out? I'm trying to.
Well, what I'm trying to bring out is in governance. When things are rotten, I've given you some picture of as far back as 1964, when my daddy is a strong member of NCS. Politics has always been somebody win, somebody lose, and the politician will continue to drag among themselves. And it's not a photocopy where whatever we want to change things to be normal today. You recall that my campaign was on the student loan issue.
Yes, I remember clearly.
Very good.
But Mr. Adeoye, how far with that policy? Are you still impressed as to how the government is handling that issue, the student loan? They promised
I'm
January.
not impressed because it's not. They didn't give us clearer picture of what we want, but we are monitoring it.
Okay.
Now the social register.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Lagos State started last trial, as far back as 10 or 12 years ago. Am I correct?
Yes.
I'm one of the earliest registrants and my family. We are yet to see anything positive on that. Why is it that the whole state of the federation, we cannot get adequate resident register from the state? That will have been our primary constituency of getting such register. So then what I want to say finally is, all of us, we did not want system to work, because that is what we used to manipulate here and there, because we want to share the national trade.
Before you go, Mr. Adeoye, before you go, I want you to speak to the issue of the student loan, because I know that even before the government announced the student loan thing, you talked about special funds for tertiary institutions. You talked about student loan. You've also talked about TED fund, improving on TED fund and all of that. But let's look at student loan. What would be your advice to the government on the best way to handle the student loan thing?
See, my background
yes,
is computer science. And in that case, I believe so much in the adequacy of data.
Data, okay.
It is only data that lets it look as if other countries or European countries are super. They are not better than us in any standard. But the problem with our own data, continue not to let it work.
Okay.
So my advice to government is we should go and update our data. It's a big investment that we pay everybody. But we don't want to know said that Lagos is populous more than any other state. We cannot continue with that.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Adeadoye. I think on the issue, again, he has brought up very, very interesting conversations around the student loan thing. And I probably had to ask him before, he's one of our regular callers.
Okay.
Even before the government announced the student loan issue, he has always advocated for, having special funds to fund tertiary education. He's talked about third fund, and he's always talked about the student loan arrangement. But the government had promised January. We're still in January to announce the modalities for the student loan. The initial modality was heavily criticized, so they had to step it down. So we are still waiting for government to come up with a clear idea as to how they want to handle the student loan thing. And I posted had to ask Mr. Adeadoye what his advice would be to government, and basically just talking about data. And if we're looking at data for the student loan thing, the question is, do we have enough data as to students that should benefit from this loan? Where are the indigent students? Where are they? What should be their need? How much can they access? What's the repayment plan? That's why it's always good before policies are announced that people think it through, and then you have stakeholder engagement. I think the government probably needs to change the timeline for the student loan thing for proper stakeholder engagement. So that when the policy is announced, the implementation becomes seamless. I doubt if that has been done, and that's probably the reason why there's still a bit of struggle on the announcement of the student loan. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Adeadoye, for that wonderful call. 091-36000410. Open Forum, Mainland 98.3 FM. Of course, the show that we've created, yes, basically just responding to your demands that, look, opportunity should be given to Nigerians really to speak to issues that really bothers them, issues of policies, governance, everything that concerns us at this time. So, and I think we've had a lot of conversations. We've talked about insecurity.
Yes,
so far, people have talked about even rice. I forgot that there used to be a lake rice. We didn't see any lake rice this December, and people are asking, where is the darling lake rice of the Lagos State government? Because I know that there was an arrangement between the Lagos State government and Kebbi. That's where even the name came from, Lagos Kebbi. Yeah, but we didn't see any lake. Or is it that the farmers in Kebbi they didn't plant anything this year? But again, it's one of those things, and I think people have said that for us to really talk about food security, we need to look at insecurity and tackle it, because the farmers are not finding it easy to go back to the farms. They are being attacked, and of course, one of those attacks was brought to the fore again with what happened in Plateau State. Those 3 local governments where currently over 200 people were killed. So insecurity a major issue, and then of course there have been conversations around anti-graft, the issue of better edu, and people are saying that Oᴘᴇɪ should also resign, or should also step aside, or he should be suspended, because you can't have that double standard. If any other minister is also named in this particular investigation, such a minister should also step aside while investigation is going on. They think it's just the honorable thing to do. No matter the performance of the minister, that's just the normal thing to do. And of course, we've looked at the politics of Edo State, Kelvin.
Yes, we have.
Where Philip Shuaibu keeps talking. Isha keeps talking. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon.
Mr. Fuhad, well done.
Yes, sir. Your name, sir?
You are doing a great job. My name is Oᴘᴇɪ Fuhad.
Oᴘᴇɪ, please go on, sir.
I have heard your analysis, everything. You are doing a great job. Well done.
Thank you.
My own opinion is that I want state government should be looking into agents in Lagos State.
Agents
in Lagos State, their own is very, very critical. The way they are doing their own is very critical.
Estate agents?
Yes. I love the way Mr. President cut off to former. Thank you. You are doing great job.
All right, thank you so much. Agents.
I think the fees.
It's Mainland FM.
Yes, Mainland FM.
My suggestion is that in this our area, this Jakonde side, since when we don't have light for quite a very long time now.
That's Jakonde, Lekki.
Yes,
okay.
And they come to bring light as at December period, and some parts doesn't even have light, and they have not said anything about it up till now, and we have been in darkness since September up till now.
Jackonde is serviced by Ecoelectric, Abi?
Yes, the one in Marina.
Yes, that's Ecoelectric. Have you written to them? Have you reached out to them? What's the problem?
We reached down to them. They said that they'd remove something because since that time that there was no light since that September. So they said that was when they now stole the cable. So since then up till now, since that time that they fixed the light as of December, they said okay, they will come and fix the cable. Up till now, we have not heard anything about it. The LCD have not said anything about it up till now.
Okay, well, I think it's a good one that you are bringing this. That's the essence of this particular program, an opportunity for you to speak to anything that bothers you. And again, power distribution, another major issue.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
My name is Oᴘᴇɪ. I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Oᴘᴇɪ from Ikorodu. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, are you?
Fine.
Please don't be annoyed. What is your name?
My name is Saheed Fuhad.
Okay. Oh, don't be annoyed, yeah?
No, at all. Just, you have anything to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I want to complain in my area here. Since March month, let me say beginning of something like December 2nd till now, we don't have light. They don't take our
Since when?
December last year, 2nd.
December, okay. That's
yes,
just like a month, less than a month ago. Yeah, okay.
Yes, as of now, they don't carry the transformer.
Which area in Ikorodu is that?
Fencing bus stop, total police station. When you reach total police station, that particular place is CAC road. The transformer is there, is CAC road. It's covered CAC road from there down very far. So then take the transformer to Anuba. That is Ikeja Electric.
That's Ikeja Electric, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Oᴘᴇɪ.
Then take it as of now. I never hear anything about it. And the heat is too much. I won't lie for you. As I'm coming like this, I'm naked. I remove my clothes. I be sweating like to buy fuel now is not easy. If you buy
not even easy.
Of 3,000, other 2 hours.
You don't burn finish.
Honestly, it's training you honestly.
All right. Thank you.
To help us and do something about it.
All right. Thank you, Oᴘᴇɪ. Two calls back to back complaining about the power sector, and of course, one on the island, one on the mainland. Ecoelectric. You have two discos serving Lagos. Ecoelectric on the island, Ikeja Electric on the mainland, and two calls complaining about the performance of these discos. Jackonde, Lekki. There's a cable problem and all of that. The same thing, Benson, Ikorodu. Come take transformer, replace it problem. And this highlights again the problem of these discos, their performance. People have said they should just revoke their licenses so that we can do something else. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Efon.
Yes, your name, sir?
I'm George from Ikotu.
John from Ikotu.
George.
Okay, George from Ikotu. Please go on, sir.
Yes, please, sir. I like the way you are making things very easy for us. That the government is not hearing you every time.
They will hear.
Listen to read it.
They will hear.
So, like now, this light of improvement, sir, in that's the Jᴏɪᴜ area. They have been suffering this light now from this December.
Jᴏɪᴜ again, have you?
Yes, Jᴏɪᴜ. That's Catholic side.
Hello, Mr. George. Hello. Okay, I think we lost that again. This is coming to.
This is like the third one.
I think that's the beauty of a forum.
Yes.
We can always touch on different issues, and now we are now with the issue of power.
Yes.
I think people have got to the point where they're just tired about the distribution companies. Their performance has been very poor, and I must say that from around November, December, power distribution has been very, very bad. Just after the rainy season, as we're getting into the dry seasons, December, it's been very, very poor, and people have been complaining. And this is not the time to buy fuel, really, to burn on generator. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes.
Sir, you see, they will bring bill
Is it Mr. George from Ijebu?
Yes, sir, from
okay.
yes, from
all right.
the last bus stop. Yes.
All right.
Ijebu last bus stop. They will bring bill, exorbitant bill. We will pay, but still we will not have light for 2 days since December. Oh, I'm just complaining now, sir. From this December, they will bring light.
Mr. George, I think it should be his own network. I guess it's just his network. But I think we've gotten what he's saying.
Yes.
The complaints are just too much, from the fact that, customer service is poor to the fact that, look, they can't even, I always say it, Kelvin.
Yes.
Check the performance of the discos. Pitch it against the telecommunication guys. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the guys in the telcos, the MTNs.
Compare and contrast.
Just you understand why
they are no way close. You can't even bring those comparisons together, and they know for sure.
And these two are supposed to provide essential services.
Yes.
If I used to say that, look, you can't even tell me that the telecoms are more important than the power sector. I even think the power sector, the power distribution guys are more important than the telcos, because if you have a phone, you need to power it.
Absolutely.
So, but look at their performance; they can't even do anything.
It's quite poor.
And that goes back to the fact that a lot of these discos don't have the capacity, really.
And speaking of capacity,
yes.
I know that they have a two-way communications where if power goes faulty, they inform the people from where I stay.
Yes.
They have this way of informing us from the forum.
That there's a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem. And then they speaking of their inadequacies, they start to find ways for us to collaborate to bring in some amount of money, so such issues can be.
It should
fixed.
not
And
be.
It shouldn't be that way. But then knowing that it's going to affect us.
Let me ask you: Have you ever heard, for example, MTN coming to tell you that one of our masts is damaged, and because you are a subscriber to MTN, bring money from me to fix my mast?
That's not possible. I mean, this is Nigeria. A lot of things happen.
No. I'm just saying. So, but why are the distribution companies? They're supposed to maintain their own facilities, but we are still in a place where people buy transformers themselves. Replace their own cables.
A lot of things.
So and that's why they cannot perform. And I think that's why people are saying that, look, we've gotten to the point where we need to revoke these licenses and find a way to do something else, because they've shown consistently that they don't have the capacity to deliver. And you can tie that to what former President Muhammadu Buhari said, that, look, a lot of these discos got these licenses on the platform of political patronage. They really didn't have the capacity. They didn't know what they were getting into. There was no operational model. There was no investment model. It was just the usual thing. Oh, there's an opportunity. Let's just grab it.
But in reality, that's the mantra. I mean, look at the civil servants. Look at the army, the police. It comes that way.
It's just what it is, and I think people are groaning now. Just 3 calls back to back. Jᴏɪᴜ, Mr. Henry from Jᴏɪᴜ is complaining. ᴏᴜᴜᴜ Ikorodu is complaining. And I'm sure that, look, a lot of Lagosians too, and Nigerians, would complain about the performance of the discos. They've not, and that's just one end of the power sector. There's the transmission problem, the grid that keeps collapsing. The epileptic grid that keeps collapsing. I think last year the grid collapsed more than 100 times, and when it collapses, power distribution ends completely because there's no supply. So
there's so many issues.
It's a lot of problem in the power sector. I think again, an opportunity to tell our discos in Lagos, Ikeja Electric, to look at Jᴏɪᴜ Estate in Lekki and do something about their power situation. Also, Benson in Ikorodu, there's a complaint from there. I'm sure that's Ikeja Electric. They should look into that area and do something about it. And then Ijegun, the Catholic area, they're also complaining that power supply has been very poor. Everybody seems saying Fuhad, I have killed any of the issues you think deserves that we talk about, that we should have a conversation about, from politics to policies, governance, education, health sector, insecurity. I think we've touched almost all aspects of our national life.
Yes,
Kelvin,
we have.
We've looked at politics, and I think a lot of people are more of what is happening in Edo State when it comes to politics. And I actually would like to talk to Mr. Philip Schreiber. I think we'll have to find a way to bring him on political roundtable. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Fuhad, I want to congratulate you for being the man of the year. On that 31st, me and my family, we try to reach you people. Take this on a line, a hotline.
Yes. I guess on political roundtable, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I tried even and then I had been trying to get you people on this newspaper review every morning.
Yeah. So you can see that the open forum is a very good opportunity. Now you are able to get us. Your name? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay, Mr. I'm calling from Ajegule, Ajeromi local government.
AG came from Ajegule.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Please go on, sir.
So my brother, we are proud of you. We are happy for you.
Thank you.
In fact, with you, mainland FM will go places.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, people have tried, especially we would not do good thing like that. But since we are listening to your program, we have learned a lot. You are both to political roundtable every Sunday. Newspaper review. Even this newspaper I used to buy, but since I started listening to your own, it's like the way you analyze the thing now looks so different, interesting, exciting. In fact, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Man of you indeed. So let me just say one thing.
All right.
Concerning, although yesterday I tried concerning autumn.
Autumn, yes. Okay, yes. Autumn, yeah.
Yes. When he visited the River State, it is not the matter. Samuel Autumn is afraid of ESCC. So that's what I understand here. Coming to EPP, but I myself, I'm not happy what happened to PDP.
To the party.
We all supported PDP. But now it's like we don't understand again. So I just pray that God will help them. So that is my own destiny.
All
Most
right.
important thing, I want to commend you.
Okay.
God bless you.
God bless you too, Mr. EGK.
Thank you, my brother.
God bless you. Again, he said Autumn is afraid of the EFCC. But again, it was, I think when I listened to Autumn on Sunday at the banquet organized for Some Week in Port Harcourt, I got completely worried. I'm sure if Barrister Curtis was on the show, if I asked it, because he has posted something now about Daniel Bwala, and he said, why is anybody surprised? That he's surprised that people are surprised that Daniel Bwala has now is making moves to return to the APC. So when I saw that post, I chatted him. I expect you to be surprised, and we were having a little conversation before I started the show this afternoon. I said that, look, if you know our politicians, you know when they say good morning, just go out and check whether it's not midnight. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, this is Oᴘᴇᴜ from that area of Masogo.
Apostle.
No, I say Oᴘᴜᴜ, your friend, sir.
Oh, Uncle Snow, how are you doing?
I've been trying, just like the other man that dropped.
That's why we have open forum. So if you try in the morning, you don't get through, you can always, join us every Thursday, 1 to 3 p.m. Yes.
The issue of light, Nigeria wants to turn us to armed robber. I don't know.
Okay. Why?
Yes, because it's frustrating. I've never stolen 1 naira before. But when one is frustrated, I told no light to even do anything.
Don't go and steal, Uncle Snow.
So I don't even know how to steal, but I don't know what to do.
Find some.
Donated 1 billion naira.
Yes.
Does he have company like the Chinese? You see in the money, you see people rushing to Chinese company. Does Oᴘᴜᴜ have company that employ 1,000 people in Nigeria? That people go every morning. Can't he set up small industry in this area in Lekki or wherever?
But Uncle Snow, don't you think security is important too? That if
security is important. When people are hungry, some deceiver now. Security when people are hungry. Can't he set up a industry that creates employment for people? You know that 1 billion naira is just under jamboree, maybe for his political move next time. But in reality, if he set up industry, you know what employment that can be for people.
He has businesses. He has businesses, Uncle Snow. He has a lot of
business. So employ on in Nigeria. Apart from all your money, maybe I know when he was doing diesel, when his father was governor then.
Uncle Snow, how is the road in your area? The road in your area.
Here now. We don't have governor. It's unfortunate that man is one of the poorest governors. If he's sharing me on air now. I'm speaking from that area. It's hell. Like me that come every day. I spend twice.
All right. Thank you, Uncle Snow.
I should go, sir. I appreciate you, sir.
That's also one thing about governance in Ogun State. A lot of the border areas terrible road network, because I know Matogun very well, and I know the gas line area. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that live in the border areas have to transport themselves to Lagos every day, and what they have to go through is hell, you know. And people have always said that, you know, well, one of our friends is now his special advisor on communications. That's the governor of Ogun State, and we'll find a way to bring you know, him on the show to really talk about governance in Ogun State one of these days. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Wow, the line is very, very bad. We're struggling to hear you. Can you shift your position a bit? Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
No, you may have to just call us back. The line is not so good. So, Dario Fᴏʟᴜᴍ is our friend. He's our friend. I think he's been on Political Roundtable like 1 or 2 occasions, and he's now the special advisor to the Ogun State governor on communications and public communication.
Okay.
People have continued to question the performance of President Abiodun as the governor of Ogun State, really, especially when it comes to infrastructure. Of course, they try to put that against the performance of his the governor before him. That's Ʌᴏᴜ, the man with the long cap. but again, I think more needs to be done in Ogun State in terms of infrastructure, governance, because that's a state that can tap from, you know, the opportunities in Lagos, you know, the proximity. Yes.
It has a landmass too.
The landmass is also there.
It's a quite secure state.
And then, of course, they are also getting the IGR, because apart from Lagos, I think they're also making a lot of money because of the number of companies situated in Ogun State. But honestly, infrastructure is one thing that's been very, very poor if you look at Ogun State. Yes.
Speaking of infrastructure, we learned that he's building a cargo around
the Cabo Airport.
Yes, Ogun State, and he has gotten some, you know.
The thing is, you know,
commandments.
People will question the priorities of people in government. You know, you have no road, you are building a cargo airport. So when they land in that cargo airport, what road do they use to transport what they are?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
My name is Ade.
Ade, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Oᴘᴇɪ, close to Owode on Diroko Road.
That's Ogun State.
Yes, in Ogun State.
Okay. How is the road in that area?
I don't want to talk about, because the road is everywhere is very bad. It's very bad. Okay. So there's no road, nothing.
Okay.
People are suffering.
What do you want to talk about, Mr. Ade?
Sir, yes, please, I want to bring to your notice of the Nigerians and the radio to please help us shout and make noise to Commissioner of Police in Ogun State and the governor himself, anybody that's concerned, that we are hearing rumor for the past 1 week now that what man called that is fighting for land.
Ajagunbale. What's the name of the person?
I forget the name of a very popular person. That nobody has been able to sleep for the past 4 days now.
In Oᴘᴜᴜ area,
Yes, Oᴘᴜᴜ. That he went to court and he won, so that and he's coming to start everybody paper that we should pay, we should come and rebuy the land. So my problem now is that with the condition of things in this country, if you see people, those who that are living in this site, now if you come here, you see, or you see yours. So I don't know how somebody will just go to court this time of period where things are very hard. You now go and bring stuff from everywhere to come and start pushing people around, bombing their houses, killing them, shouting them. And people here are prepared. So I want to sign this note of warning to the Commissioner of Police to call this man to order, the person to order. I just forgot his name.
It would have been nice if
any problem.
If you have his name, but
he's a very popular person like this. I don't think government can check him, because he's a very popular person and very big. He has money, has power. I don't know. So please, because if the man brings any people around here now prepare for war, and that will can start anything from this Ogun State, and they have fight this kind of problems before, maybe 10 or about 10 years or 8 years ago. Now the man is coming back again. I don't know what the problem, because people are suffering. People have been preparing for war, so I want people to hear this so that they come to our aid.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ade. We can't. Nobody should prepare for war. We shouldn't even have anything war, and even nothing close to war. Please, again, this is the beauty of open forum, really. Mr. Ade from Oᴘᴇ in Owode area of Ogun State is making this call to the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State. What we're also going to do is to try and reach out to the Commissioner after the show to tell him about this particular complaint if he's not listening. But I also reach out to the special advisor to the governor of Ogun State on this particular complaint. Yes, we have situations where landowners go to court and win, whether you win or you have a judgment, but you can't forcefully go and implement a court judgment, with talks and touts, and I think there's also this conversation around these ajagungbale. They call them land grabbers, because again, you've gone to court. It will be nice to see whether the judgment is real, because we've also seen very funny court judgments that these people use, to perpetrate this criminality, So the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, that notice is coming from Mr. Ade in Oᴘᴇ in Owode, who says that even people they are already preparing,
they're anticipating.
So we don't want to have a breakdown of law and order in Ogun State. So we hope that the authorities will do something. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Julius is my name, calling from Shomolu.
Okay, Julius from Shomolu, please go on, sir.
Yes, I'm always appreciating your good works over there.
Thank you.
In fact, I know it has helped Nigeria. If not 100%, I know to some percentage, let's say 80%, they are listening. Let me talk about Boa and Daniel Boya. I think I listened to him, on Sunday, when he was talking about his former principal, maybe this is his principal, Atiku Abubakar, running in 2027.
Just 8 days ago, yes.
Yes, in 2027. I don't know, maybe it was after that interview that something went wrong. maybe they call him and say, it's too early for him to reveal the plan.
But Julius, if they call him, he should have been a bit honorable to say, no, I'm with PDP. You spoke 8 days ago for PDP, and now you are speaking for the APC.
Maybe there is a fight during the process after that interview. Yes, I think that's what. Maybe there is a fight. For him to quickly come out within a few days and be showing his loyalty again to APC, that means between that period something has transpired. Something has happened. I think that's the issue.
All right.
I know about Nigeria, it is really in God's intervention, because the way you say, let me remind you something that I said when Tinubu first came to Lagos. I said people were hailing him when he went to mosque that but I said the thing that they're supposed to do at that time is to tell him that we are hungry. But I'm happy that maybe people now heard us. Then later they not change their mind to tell him that when he went to Ireland that we are hungry. I don't know. Maybe they can do something about that one, because the rate at which dollar is going now, I heard you say it in the morning, if it will not end into 1,500 or 2,000. And I've said this even last year when Buhari was there. I said, as accountant, I said, this thing will reach 1,000 before this man left. I don't know that it is Tinubu that will continue that the Buhari program that will lead this to 1,000. Now, we are taking on 2,000 again. It is only God that can rescue us. Thank you for good work. God bless you.
Thank you. Julius from Shomolu. Thank you for that particular call. I think, again, the dollar conversation. Something has to be done. If you ask me what should be done, I don't know.
Something has to be done, but there was no effect. I mean, the 2 billion.
This was something sustainable has to be done. We just have to do something, really, because whether we like it or not, we are still heavily dependent on importation. And the manufacturing sector, everybody's complaining. Look at the cost of prescription drugs. It's gone through the roof. So something has to be done. Something urgently has to be done. And then on you of Daniel Boala, Kelvin.
Yes.
I know it's one of the things we're going to discuss extensively on Political Roundtable on Sunday. I would have to drag him by Mr. Curtis. Nuruddin will be here. Joseph Folorunsho will be here. For us to look at the Nigerian politician and if there's anything pushing them, is there any ideology towards what they do? Somebody said, look, they don't have any shame. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Engineer Larry calling from Surulere.
Engineer Ola?
Larry.
Engineer what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lanre.
Engineer Lanre. Okay, Engineer Lanre. Okay, yes. From Surrey.
Yeah. I want to discuss on the issue you have.
You need to turn down the volume of your radio set. That's why I was struggling.
I'm not there. I'm far away from the radio.
Okay, please go on.
One, on the issue of our minister that did what he did. We pray to God that God will see us through, because we don't know what is really happening in our government. But let me leave that one for now. And the major thing, I was going through an article this afternoon when our dollar was 8.80 kobo to $1. So I don't know what's happening in this our country. In your headline, maybe earlier before, they say the dollar is going to be 2,000 before the end of the year. I don't know.
There are predictions.
Is that?
People are already predicting that if we are not careful.
If we are not careful, I think I'm still saying. What I'm just trying to say is that maybe if there is something we can do, or if the government can do, because I remember vividly then, during the time of our Junta president, the one that looted our money to us. So he pegged our money, our dollar, to 18 naira. 2 hours in Kenya. I don't know how he did it. Maybe they should use that aspect to do our own.
All right.
Our government should do it now, because I don't know what is really happening. Now the dollar is about 1,300 and something today. So I don't know if I'm not mistaken.
It's unfortunate.
So that's that.
All right.
That's that on that.
All right, thank
My
you.
last, I want to really complain. It's something that is very nice, concerning both me and you.
What's that?
When I went out this morning, I've called on your station and complained about this issue before. So maybe you guys should send somebody or your kids to go and investigate what I'm trying to say. Along that, along issue to my two expresses, they just did the road. But the complex cover they use is not how would I say it?
It's not good
It's
enough.
not durable. One,
Okay.
because and the old one they remove from it and they put. If you go there, I will have even snap it and send it to you guys on WhatsApp. You see what I'm
Please
saying?
do that. You can do that.
The applicated complex. If some of them are even be falling inside the gutter, which is very dangerous to our people. Because I don't know, it's not in a while, I normally go through RM, so it's not good. We are in a democracy whereby they are using the tax payout money to do such things.
All right.
It's very abnormal to me.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
So, people in authority should
Do something
look
about
into
it.
that. That's my take.
All right. Thank you so much, Larry. I think we can squeeze in one or two more calls before we call it a day on the show, Kelvin. Yes, 09136 0000410. I think it's been an interesting first episode. You know, of course, yes. The number of calls and the issues they've been able to speak to shows that, you know, it's a very good opportunity, because again, I understand in the morning people struggle to call in because the lines are
quite busy.
Very, very busy. You know, everybody wants to be part of the show in the morning. You know, so again, you know, just listening to our listeners, you know, is the reason why we've now brought up these different shows, so that, you know, we can all continue to have the conversation, and the end point, the end game, you know, the desire at the end of the day is for us to have a better Nigeria, and I think we can always achieve it. We can always get there. But again, I think I want to also still make the call to the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, you know, that the people of Oᴘᴇɪ as you know, calling on him to provide security for them. Yes. Hello, good afternoon.
Mr. Comrade Tony again from Agege.
Okay, please go on, sir.
So, also, you know, Minister Buhala is in the news today. What is it happening to another party?
Oh, okay. You didn't follow the news on Daniel Buhala?
Yes.
Okay, he was at the Aso Villa yesterday to see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Wonderful.
And when journalists, after the meeting, they had to question, of course.
Okay. And what did he say?
And he said that, look, he's impressed with the president, he's happy with the performance of the president, and that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is his motivation. And they asked him, are you planning to go to the APC now, return to the APC? He said, well, if supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will bring me back to the APC, so be it, from Daniel Bwala.
How about Tᴏɪᴜnᴛᴇʀ Mᴜɪᴜ?
Well, Tᴏɪᴜnᴛᴜ Mᴜɪᴜ for now, he has only resigned from the Labour Party, his membership of the Labour Party. But people are also insinuating that he may be on his way.
In politics, there's no.
There are no permanent enemies. It's only permanent interest.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you, my brother.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Comrade. Like I said, Mr. Curtis said that, why is anybody surprised that Daniel Bwala wants to return to the APC? There is only surprise that people are surprised because he understands the way we play politics in Nigeria. There's nothing towards ideology. It's just about what? Personal interest. I think that's what we call it today on the show. Open Forum Mainland 98.3 FM. I think it's been an interesting ride.
Yes.
Quite a number of calls from Samuel in Ojudubega to John Agege, God sent Ojo Bashiru from Kano State, Matthew Shangisha, James Egbeda, Pastor Peter from Atonta, Ogun State, Francis from Ojo, Dikin Ogunele from Ijegun, Comrade Tᴏɪᴜnᴜ from Agege, Uche from Surulere, Tani Momo from Songwater, Daniel from Agege, Adeoye from Ogba, Olanrewaju from Ikotun, Henry from Victoria Island, Oyemechi from Ikorodu, I think Benga from Ikorodu, Ejike from Ajegunle, Uncle Snow from Matogun Gas Line area, Ade from Oᴘᴇ, who is calling on the police to be on alert. There's trouble brewing in that area. And then we have Julius from Shomolu, Engineer Larry from Surulere. I think it's been a fantastic one. Kelvin, and thank you so much, Kelvin Onwafili, for coming up, helping to aggregate the news so far in the week. Well, this is what we call it today on the show Open Forum. My name is Saeed Fuhad. Let's do this again next week.
We are the sound of Lagos, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM.
You didn't see that coming, did ya?
Nostalgic feeling on radio. Introducing classic hits. Nostalgic feeling on radio. Introducing classic hits from way back.
Ọmọlọ́lá, Ṣọlá ní